Thank you. All right, let's see what kind of food today we can get into. Yeah. So the idea of the medicine of the moment is wherever we are, whatever is in front of us is designed to be medicine for us. It is designed for our wholeness. Each moment is that holy instant. We talked about Course in Miracles. Each moment is a holy instant where we can choose whether or not we're going to separate from the depth of ourselves and other people, or come fully present and allow the moment that is in front of us to be fully, remarkably filled with remembrance of the truth of who we are. So, the rest of the story. Last night I was working on this, thinking about it, what I'm going to talk about. We set the tone, the topic, and describe it a month ahead. But between then and now, many things happen, and the conversation changes internally. And so I was sitting there with the sense of, oh, I really want to organize some stuff. I want to organize, and I'm sitting on the back deck, and I'm just trying to grind into this talk, which is never how I really find life works. When I'm grinding, it's not flowing, it's me pushing. And then all of a sudden, a little lady hummingbird flies right in front of me and does her multidimensional dance. Just looking at me, I went, oh, the medicine of this moment is to just be present with all of the life that is around me. It's not about trying to push. It's not about trying to figure anything out. It is just to come present. And then the gray squirrels and the red squirrels and the crows and the rabbits, everybody comes to the yard to say hello. Birds I've never heard before are doing their evening song. And the trees are moving and the wind is blowing and the tomatoes are glistening on the vine like jewels. And I'm thinking, oh, the medicine of this moment is to just let myself be here now. And isn't that the medicine of every moment? Just to be here now, knowing that what is coming up, whether it is in another person or whether it is within ourselves, whatever is coming up is designed for us to remember our wholeness, to remember our oneness, to come back to that centered place, that still point that I will talk about for the rest of my days, that still point within each of us that opens into the treasure trove of the entire universe. It lives in us. We are that. So I left the porch and I thought, well, the idea of whatever I'm going to talk about, the medicine, it's going to drop in tomorrow and everything will be fine. And, I could just feel organization happening in my spirit for this moment, for this day. As I'm falling to sleep, all of a sudden, bing, here it is. We are on an evolutionary journey right now, and we are experiencing a massive awakening of consciousness. And even if it looks like we've got a Helena basket, by the way, in Helena, Montana, they have a raffle every year with the Helena hand basket. Even though it appears to be that is because the light is pummeling the planet. Those streams of light, those gray rays of light are coming here now and inviting us to awaken at depth. And this is a collective awakening. You may sit there and think, well, it can't be about me. I haven't done the dishes, or I haven't ascended the mountaintop, or I haven't, whatever it is, we all have why we think. But every puzzle piece is important here.
Hold it in a different place. You were grasping too close.
Well,
Turn it on.
try the one on the floor. That's where.
Yeah.
Switch on this.
I didn't see it. See? The little,
It's a hidden switch.
there you go.
Okay.
That's why it takes a community.
Yeah.
It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village all through our life, all through our days. We need the village. So anyway, there I am, hopping, wide awake, and didn't rest much last night because I kept hearing bits and pieces of what we're going to talk about today. But what really showed up very clearly is when we move into ourselves and we allow ourselves to ride fully in the truth of who we are, offering the gifts we have to the world, we're planting seeds in the collective consciousness, in the mind that we share. When we come to life and we blossom, and we find the things that make our hearts sing, and we do more and more of those things. As we blossom, we're also seeding consciousness into the field that we are all connected to. If you've ever had a conversation with someone in their 20s or 30s, and I have grandkids in those age groups and 15-year-olds, they come up with information that would never have occurred to me at that age. I couldn't have seen it, understood it, or felt it. There is a vibration that is moving through this planet, and we are invited to blossom in the vibration, bring our gifts to life, whatever they look like, and let go of anything that does not vibrate with joy. Let go of that which does not vibrate with joy. So many of us have duties and obligations, beliefs and opinions, and stories about how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to show up in the world. And all of those things are starting to fall away so that we can arise in the moment with right action that is connected at its soul to the truth of who we are. And it's coming right out of the heart center. So this is from Proverbs 14:30. A heart at peace gives life to the body. A heart at peace gives life to the body. And what takes us out of peace? Fear. Fear takes us out of peace. And many of us make the mistake of thinking that fear is that heart-pounding panic, the terror. But fear is very nuanced. Fear is our worries, it's our concern, it's our despair, the anguish, the anxiety, the agitation. And you could probably list a whole bunch more than that. And those are levels of fear that disrupt the inner peace. So we've heard for a whole generation at least now that we choose either fear or love. We've heard it over and over and over again, and it starts to become a cliche. And there's power in it if we allow ourselves to acknowledge when we are experiencing fear. I should have done it differently. I could have done it differently. If only they were different. If only this would happen, I'd be, if only that. Those are suffering mantras. And one of the ways to remedy the suffering mantra is to be able to feel what it does in the body. So here's the new thought trap. The new thought trap is, I can't feel that. I shouldn't think that, and I shouldn't feel that. And when we should on ourselves, we are disempowering ourselves. We no longer have agency over the experience that is our life. And the new thought trap, for many people, it's a step along the way to find the positive thinking. That is really an important step along the way. But to come to understand that our thoughts, connected with our feelings, are what drives manifestation. We drive manifestation into being by the emotion or the feelings that we have connected to the thought that we are holding. So a lot of us have discarded the emotional body or downplayed it or not allowed ourselves to experience it fully in honor of keeping the mental trap running. We're being invited to let go of the idea that just because something uncomfortable rises in us, we have to eradicate it. That's darkness. That's a place of forgetfulness. And when we find ourselves in a place of forgetfulness, it's not about pushing it away. It's about embracing ourselves with love. However we understand love to be, to wrap that thought in love, in light, in the laughter of joy, to wrap it up and watch how in a very short period of time often, that sensation resolves itself. And then the clearer mind connected with the heart, the clearer mind connected with the heart can then generate a manifestation that we would actually love to live in. This is from Lao Tzu. Do you have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? Right action arises by itself. How many times have we experienced a sense of apprehension or agitation or anxiety? Really, I have to do something about it, I have to do something, and then we go and do something, and it doesn't reap the results that would heal us in that moment. Learning, remembering, training ourselves to come into that place where whatever rises is welcome. The idea here is, can we welcome ourselves just as we are? Can we befriend ourselves no matter what storm is raging in us? Can we befriend ourselves and know that this too shall pass? And when we allow ourselves to settle in and go, yep, I got anxiety and it's right here and it's creating a little tempest and there's a part of me that just wants to get it out. And a lot of times when we want to get it out, what do? For some of us, it's food or alcohol or a nice joint or whatever it is. We find a way to stuff it down. Some people go running. It's great to move the body, but when we fail, when we continue to medicate that anxiety, that grinding in our belly, and don't love ourselves in that place, the grinding is going to come back. And a lot of times the choices that we make that are knee-jerk because we want to get this out of our body are not the ones that are going to be the healthiest for us. Remember, it's about peace. This whole process that we're experiencing is about moving into peace. And everybody is feeling this, even if on the surface it doesn't appear that other people are. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the time compression now? Are you feeling the push or the movement or the urgency to do something, anything? Don't know what it is, but it's almost like there's an expansion preparing itself. And I'm going to meet it head on. You might be experiencing it. You're not alone. You are not alone. It's happening to everyone, whether they're consciously aware of it. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to meditation. I discovered that you can only talk for so long and then people start to think. And so we're going to switch it up a little bit and we're going to do a meditation. And I'm using a poem by Dan Falls. I really enjoy using poetry as a meditation pointer. This one is entitled Letting Go. So I invite you to make yourself comfortable. If it feels safe, you can close your eyes. Bring those feet to rest on the floor. Let go of the way you thought life would unfold. The holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go. And flow with the grace that washes through your days. Whether you received it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders, take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the waves' crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. Reverend Ruth talked about Thomas Troward a couple weeks ago, or was it just last week? I don't remember. But this is from Thomas Troward. Our only purpose in life is to enjoy it. He was a master teacher that influenced Ernest Holmes in the science of mind, was around Charles Fillmore. Many of the New Thought people came out of an exploration of Thomas's work. Our only purpose in life is to enjoy it. This is the wildest ride of multiple lifetimes that we're having right now. This is a wild ride, and we are uniquely positioned to be agents of transformation that assist in the elevation, the upliftment, and the evolution of consciousness on the planet. We don't have all the pieces, you and I. We can't even understand at a quantum level everything that is occurring. Allowing ourselves to release external stimuli, know the things that stimulate us and separate us from the good feelings, separate us from the good thinking, separate us from the tools needed in the moment when the good feelings are not there. We're going to move our consciousness. But it's not just you, and that was the other thing that I woke up with. Everything we do to heal our heart, our connection, heals everything. So it's not just, we don't just do this work to uncover our own darkness. And when I say darkness, I mean the places within us where we feel that we're separate from the creation, we're separate from Gus and Lamont, Gus, the great universal spirit. I like Gus. Where we feel like we're separated from God, God is all that is. And when we feel that separation, we also feel like we're separated from each other. And we over and over come back to the awareness, over and over come back to the awareness that it is vital to keep good company during this time when we are journeying through uncertainty and insecurity. This is a journey, and we're all feeling uncertain, insecure at one time or another. We're on this journey and we're together. And when we keep good company, when we stand next to people who know how to stay present in the moment with what is, we amplify the goodness and again create more seeding into the group consciousness that is so in need of grace and mercy at this time. Because there's so many people still struggling with the old idea of separation and all of the toxicity that comes from that, the wars, the polarization. I'm talking about polarization. Yeah, okay. We have an idea that we are polarized on this planet, and we only believe that because of the external stimulation, because of what we're reading in social media, what people say on the news, what people are talking about in politics. We go, we're so divided. If we wander just a little deeper, we'll find that we are not. We will find that we are actually growing into unity consciousness. Why? Because that's what we're doing. We're being asked whether or not we have the faith in this moment to know that is true, that unity consciousness, I'm not talking just about the structure of this center, but unity consciousness where we know oneness. That is awakening on the planet. And so we're surrounding ourselves with good company that can help us maintain that higher watch. And when we fall off the cliff, because we have been known to, when we go down and we start talking about other people, we talk about our opinions or our judgments, and we start noticing our body doesn't feel good, that is the clue to elevate what it is that we're thinking about, to hold ourselves in a place that doesn't feel good, go, oh, I'm sorry. I see what I did there. I see how these thoughts impact the body. I can see that. Oh, okay. Rumi says, wherever you stand, be the soul of that place. Be the soul of that place. And what is it like? No matter where we go on the planet, no matter what it is we're doing, that we actually recognize not only are we ensouled, but we can stand in the vibration, the frequency, the energy field of that wholeness and amplify it into the field of being. I had a conversation. It was with Reverend Christine. And one of the things she said to me is, sometimes I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again. And I said, oh, sister, I'm right there with you. I feel like there is a single message, lots of facets to the message. And we're giving the message from here, inviting an upliftment in the community to go forth and share more light, share more love, share more upliftment. There will be a day when ministers are not needed because we will all have our center in place. There will be a day when we do not need churches because we will know who we are at 10. Yeah, yes. But until then, we're gonna be here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna share the message and we're gonna invite greater light into the planet. So, quick notes about agency. Agency is the act of self-empowerment. So here we are, we're gonna allow ourselves to befriend the emotions and feelings that rise in our body. Not push them away, not think that they need to be different, that we need to be different. We're gonna pause and we're gonna embrace the places that feel broken. We're just gonna embrace the places that feel broken because, like Leonard Cohen says, that's where the light comes in. Rumi also said it too. That's where the light gets in. It's the places that we are breaking open, but we can only break those open if we allow ourselves to feel them, to be present with them, and then create new thinkings that allow us to alter old patterns that no longer serve, that we can let go. Monitor stimulus. How does it feel when we turn on the news or listen to a news? How does it feel in the body? If we check in and discover that it ruffles the feathers or disturbs us a little bit, we might want to embrace ourselves and go, is this really the best use of my mind? Now, I'm not saying we're going to get stupid or blind to what is happening in the outer world, but again, we come back to the idea of, can we give ourselves as much peaceful time experience as we do watching the external stimulus. And if the external stimuli is too much, take your shoes off and go outside and stand on the ground. Put your hands on a tree, watch the sky, listen to the birds, because nature will meet you. Nature is evolving too. This planet is evolving also with us. And nature will meet you where you are, and healing energy. When we feel discombobulated, nature will come to our side and help us feel connected again, because nature has never lost her connection. And the last point for having a heart of peace and a healthy life is to move a little bit. It doesn't have to be much. Just let yourself move a little bit. Because when we're feeling stuck, it's very easy for couch to breath. The couch should be a... We stand at the crossroads of evolving consciousness. We are the agents of transformation. What is being asked of us at this time is to utilize all the gifts of life that are ours. Thank you for your time today. And others.